It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to this special edition of Science Bowl. This is it, the final game of the season, the Elementary School Championship. We started with 40 schools. We're down to the final 2, Glenarden Woods and University Park. Let's meet our contestants right now. First from Glenarden Woods Elementary, would you please say hello to Chidima Aloaba. In the center, Joseph Yambo and Chris Tahoe. And from University Park Elementary School, here they are, Nina McGranahan, Surya Puzahenthi, and Emma Allen. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on the Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty. Easy questions on the left, 5 10-point questions. Tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. Enter the 2 rounds today. One of these 2 very talented, good-looking teams will be the 2012-2013 Elementary School Science Bowl champion. Let's make sure everything works properly before we start. We go to the red team. Joseph, would you try that buzzer? Thank you, young man. Good luck to you, to Chidima, and to Chris. Surya, would you try the green team buzzer? It too looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, Emma and Nina. Congratulations, guys. Only one person wins the Super Bowl. That doesn't mean all the other teams had no talent. You guys are the best of the best. Let's have a great game. We go alphabetically G before you. So Glenarden Woods, Joseph, would you start the bowl for us, please?
Can I have Science Potpourri for 15, please?
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, the little nematode worms known as vinegar eels are not found in American vinegar because they go through what heating process, Glenarden Woods?
Pasteurization?
Yeah, they're pasteurized just like in milk. In Europe, they don't seem to mind so much. They are harmless. Go red.
Zoo Parade for 20, please?
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Teams, now that the thylacine is extinct, a wolf-like animal, it is the Tasmanian devil that is now the largest carnivorous member, University Park.
Marsupial?
Yeah, it is the largest carnivorous marsupial that is alive today. Absolutely right. 70 to 65, green advantage. Go.
Dateline for 10 points, please.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, you might call it the Battle of the Titans in the Chesapeake Bay because what crustacean that is bulking up, Glenarden Woods?
Mantis shrimp?
Again?
Mantis shrimp?
Not a mantis shrimp. University Park in the Chesapeake Bay, the Battle of the Titans. What crustaceans are bulking up because of the carbon in the pollution, and what bivalve is weakening at the same time? 2-part answer. Give me both creatures.
Crabs and clams. Crabs and clams?
Crabs and oysters. Crabs and oysters was the right answer. Good try, both teams. Go green.
Let's get physical for 10. Okay, physical for 10. Let's get physical for 10, please.
Get physical for 10 points. Teams, NASA hopes to teach children a lot about a certain branch of science by letting them fling angry birds. Glenarden Woods.
Physics?
Physics, exactly right. Parabolic trajectories as those angry birds get thrown at those evil pigs. Good. Red, go.
Body systems for 20, please.
Body systems, 20 points, teams. The first cervical vertebrae that holds up your head is appropriately named because it is named for a creature in Greek mythology that holds up the heavens on his shoulders. Glenarden Woods.
Atlas?
Atlas, the Atlas bone, right back here. First one under your head. Good. Go. Red.
Green things for 15, please.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, your question is as follows. The cherry blossoms only start to bloom when this period of arrested development is broken? University Park.
Dormancy.
Yes, sir. Dormancy it is. Good. Green.
Zuperade for 10. Okay, Zuperade for 10, please.
Zuperade for 10 points. Teams, the tiny plates that are found on the wings of butterflies and moths are the same name as those plates found on fish and snakes. University Park.
Scales.
Scales is right. Yes. Good. Go. Tie score. 95 all. Green.
Body systems for 10, please.
Body systems, 10 points. Teams, it was Thomas Edison who famously said, genius is 1% inspiration. Glenarden Woods?
1% perspiration. Perspiration.
Perspiration is what I want to hear, yes. 1% inspiration, 99% what's synonym of sweat. Perspiration is what you gave me. Good, red, go.
Zuperade for 25, please.
Zuperade for 25, the big one in that category. Teams, listen carefully. Big words, simple answer. Beetles belong to the order Coleoptera. Butterflies to the order Lepidoptera. Houseflies to the order Diptera. Because of the common suffix at the end of each of those orders, it must be that what body feature on insects? University Park?
Wings.
Wings, yes. P-T-E-R-A refers to the wings. The arrangement and number of wings determines the order in which they are classified. Go, green. You have the lead by 15 points.
Science potpourri for 10, please.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, most people misuse this term, which does mean a proposed explanation of something that can actually be tested. Glenarden Woods.
Hypothesis?
Hypothesis, yes. Most people think it's just an educated guess. It is not quite that. Good answer. 115, 120, go red.
Can I get Zuperade for 5?
You can get Zuperade for 5 points. Teams, what three predators that never coexist in nature, Glenarden Woods?
Lions, tigers, and bears?
You got all three. The ones that Dorothy feared as she made her way to Oz. Go red.
Let's get physical for 20, please.
Get physical for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. The temperature at which water condenses is known to meteorologists as this, Glenarden Woods.
The dew point?
The dew point is right. Yes, indeed. Good. Go.
Body system for 15, please.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, the most commonly performed surgical operation in the world is the replacement of this eye part that clouds over. Glenarden Woods?
Lens?
The lens, yes, when it is clouded over by a cataract. Yes, sir. Red again.
Let's get physical for 25, please.
Get physical for 25. Big one in that category, teams. The holes that recently have been dug around buildings to protect them from earthquakes are known as what kind of S-initialed shields? What S-initial term would describe those shields, Surya?
Seismic shields?
Yes, indeed. Seismic shields. Nicely done. The buzzer has rung. We've come to the first round of play. We can catch our breath, but barely. Our score, Glenarden Woods 155, University Park 145. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
With video games, I'm always choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them.
How about this one?
Which is why I love these new rating summaries. They let me know exactly what's in the game. Players shoot lasers from an arm cannon. Robot enemies explode and limbs fly off.
Maybe that other one's better.
Yeah. Get your free game rating summary today, and with it, the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
Experience Taekwondo, an ancient martial art and contemporary Olympic sport. Taekwondo seeks to bring together mind, body, and spirit while promoting sportsmanship, family values, and discipline. If you are looking to participate in a healthy lifetime activity that promotes self-control, integrity, and perseverance, then Taekwondo is the sport for you. The physical benefits of Taekwondo are many: fitness, flexibility, better reflexes, and improved self-confidence. All of these attributes benefit young and old alike. USA Taekwondo member schools are considered to be the best at teaching the sport. Utilizing only the most professional and experienced instructors, USA Taekwondo schools are the only place to learn. So whether your dream is to win the Olympics or just learn self-defense and have fun, USA Taekwondo school will take you on an amazing journey. To find a USAT member club near you and receive a free trial lesson, call 719-866-4632 or visit our website today.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard, but I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. This is it, the ultimate game. We've waited all year for this championship match, and it is not disappointing. Score almost tied at this point. Today's winner takes home a trophy for their school and individual trophies for each of our players and alternates so they can always remember their winning season here on the Science Bowl. And whatever team wins is going to be taking home trophies to join others because both Glenarden Woods and University Park are past champions. In fact, the two winningest schools in our 27-year history. So there's a lot of grand tradition behind both of these schools here. Let's go over and find out about our players. Let's go to Glenarden Woods. Joseph, you guys are just whip smart here. How do you get ready for this?
Well, we practice 2 times each week, and we just discuss current science news.
Boy, and you are on top of things over there. And your principal, Miss Bowling, is there, and she encourages you, and you've got a whole list of sponsors. Who are they?
They're Miss Stewart, Miss Brundage, Miss Emerson, Miss Wright, and the tag coordinator, Miss Monroe.
Wow, and they're all agonizing and biting their nails and keeping their fingers crossed that this works out for you today. You're doing a great job. Joseph, Chris had been an alternate, but who's the alternate now?
Max.
Max, all right. Max will be out in just a few moments to join all the sponsors at the end of the game. Joseph, someday we're going to see you doing what?
Well, I want to be a pro basketball player, but if that doesn't work out, I'll either be a neurologist or a computer engineer.
Wow. Why neurology?
Well, I just like how the brain functions. It's like a mystery. Like when you go to sleep, we don't know how the brain functions. So I just want to learn about that.
Absolutely right. You're right on the cutting edge of science today. Chris, nice to have you with us today. Tell us the Chris story. What do you do in your spare time?
So I like to video games, reading, computers, stuff like that, and see what I can learn.
Yeah. Well, you've obviously learned a lot because you're sharing your knowledge with us today. How did you get picked for this team? Did you volunteer or did someone recruit you?
Well, I volunteered,
yeah.
And it was because I chose to be on the science bowl team because it's really interesting. Plus, you get to be on TV. So.
Absolutely right. There's not an insignificant reason. Nice to have you here. You're playing well. And Chidima, you are just a force of nature. You seem to be weighing in with those answers all the time. How do you know so much science?
I really don't know.
It's all a game. You're pulling the wool over our eyes. No, you obviously are a very good student. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be either a doctor, a lawyer, or a chemist.
Well, you have a nice presence about you and a discipline that's going to serve you well no matter what you do. Nice to have you here. And University Park, nice to have you guys with us. And you're playing great, too. You guys are also whip smart over there. How do you get ready, Surya?
We try to practice about 3 times a week, and then we have mock games, and then we watch old Science Bowl episodes.
Absolutely. And I know Mr. Favero probably has episodes from years in the past that you can rely on, part of his archives over there at University Park. Tell us about University Park. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Nancy Schickner.
Absolutely, and she's been joining us on these programs. She's a great source of inspiration. I don't know anybody who has more energy than your principal. She's just a great person. And Mr. Favero, he's close in that. He's got plenty of energy, and he's been with us for many, many, many years, and one of the main reasons University Park has had such a winning tradition. Tell me about your alternates. You got plenty of them.
Yep, we have James Dawson, Rory McEwen, Brianna Rowley, Elise Carey, and did that it? Yeah.
I think that's about it. If you remember anything else, you can throw that in, but I think you got all 4 of them. And Surya, you're interested maybe in joining the Coast Guard someday?
Yep.
Yeah. And what else?
I would like to be an investor.
An investor, yeah. What would you like to invest in?
I really don't know. I watched a show called The Shark Tank, so I got interested in that.
I can see you on that show. You don't want to divulge any of your secrets either. You know, if you have a company in mind, don't tell all of us. Emma, good to have you back. Emma, tell us about yourself. You're an actress.
Yeah.
How'd you get interested in that?
Well, it's just really fun to, like, pretend that you're someone that you're not.
Exactly. And it requires a lot of homework to do that, to be convincing and have people believe that you're that person and not just acting. Why'd you want to be on this show?
Well, it's just really fun to be able to answer questions and have fun.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. And Nina, you always do a great job. You seem to have a lot of enthusiasm. Why so?
I love science and actually, I just love science.
You just love science. Well, you're in the right place here. And I know you're a great math student. You're interested in architecture and engineering. And whatever you design, I know it's going to be well done. Let's get back to our game. University Park, 145. Glenarden Woods, 155. Lots of points to give away. Good luck, teams, as we enter the final round. Go green. Surya, pick.
Zoo Parade for 15. Zoo Parade for 15. Zoo Parade for 15, please.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, the creature known as the lambit that appeared on television around Easter, part lamb, part rabbit, would never occur in nature because those two, Glenarden Woods.
Hybrid?
Give me more information.
They can't reproduce together because they're part of different species.
More, please.
They're different animals.
Not quite. University Park. Joseph gave you a lot of help here. Yes, they are different species because they can't interbreed because they have different numbers of what?
Chromosomes?
Chromosomes. Absolutely right. They can't. There can be no fertilization. Good. Green, go.
Let's get this date for 15. Okay, dateline for 15. Dateline for 15, please.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, the famed Russian scientist Ivan Pavlov taught dogs, Joseph.
Conditioning.
More information?
He rang a bell so that the dogs would eat something at a certain time, and if he rang the bell and gave them something else, they would start drooling.
That's exactly right. Yes, the drooling part is what the judges were listening for. Nicely done. Go red.
Science potpourri for 20, please.
Potpourri for 20 points. A visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. This fish arrived on the shores of Washington State all the way from Japan, where it had been tossed out to sea during a tsunami. It lived in a submerged boat all the way across. The reason it survived that journey is because it is euryhaline, meaning it can tolerate different what? It can tolerate different what, University Park?
pH levels?
Not pH levels. Good try. Glenarden Woods. Euryhaline means that that fish could tolerate different what?
Water.
Salinity levels, the amount of salt. Haline, I thought, would have been the clue for you. Go red.
Can I have let's get physical for 15?
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, if you take a bucket of water and you swing it around your head, that water stays in the bucket. Glenarden Woods.
Centrifugal force.
And judges? Yes, that is correct. Yes, good. Go red.
Green things for 10, please.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. It's a visual question. Look at the monitor, please, in the studio, if you would. Teams, this skunk cabbage, one of the first plants to make an appearance in the spring because it is thermogenic, meaning it does what? Glenarden Woods, what does it do?
Produces its own heat.
It does. It makes its own heat, and it actually melts its way through the snow and the ice. Good answer. Go red.
Can I get Dateline sign for 25, please?
Dateline for 25. Big one in that category. Teams, fascinating story. Recently, an ancient Greek shipwreck turned up an instrument that we think belonged to Archimedes, an apparatus that shows the movement of the sun, the planets, and the stars. University Park.
A sextant. A sextant?
Not a sextant. Good try. An apparatus that shows the movement of the sun, the planets, and the stars by projecting light on the inside of a dome. They had discovered a miniature what in that ship?
Planetarium?
Yeah, it was a miniature planetarium. Yes, indeed. Good comeback. Nice try with sextant. Go, Joseph.
Body system for 25, please.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, listen carefully. Two-part answer. Bartolomeo Eustachio, an Italian anatomist, discovered a tube that they named the Eustachian tube in his honor. It connects what two parts of your body? The Eustachian tube connects what two parts? Glenarden Woods is going to try for the 25 points.
The mouth and the nose.
The mouth and the nose. Good try. University Park, the Eustachian tube connects what two body parts, Surya?
The nose and the throat.
The ear and the throat. The ear and the throat. It's the tube that you've got to open your mouth and chew gum in a plane to force the air up so that your head doesn't get all congested. Try red.
Green things for 25, please.
Green things for 25. Big one in that category. Teams, dwarf conifers are so named not because of their ultimate lack of height, but for what other reason? Why are they called dwarf varieties, Joseph?
Lack of chlorophyll?
Not lack of chlorophyll. Good try. What other reason explains why they are considered dwarf conifers? Not the lack of ultimate height, but this.
They don't produce pine cones. They don't produce pine cones.
What do you think?
They don't produce pine cones?
Good try. They are very slow growing. Very slow growing. Tough question. Try again, Rid.
Let's get physical for 5, please.
Get physical for 5 points. Teams, as an April Fool's joke, they advertise binoculars that will literally float in front of your eyes because they're filled with what gas? Glenarden Woods?
Helium.
Helium, that's right. Of course, it was a joke. Go red.
Green things for 20, please.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Rhubarb and asparagus are two of the very few desirable vegetables that come back year after year after year. University Park?
Perennials?
Yes, sir. They are perennials. Go. Green.
Dateline for 20, please.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, Dr. Francis Collins, the head of the National Institutes of Health, has been appointed by President Obama to map the brain with the hope that we will discover a cure to what personality robbing? Glenarden Woods?
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's disease. Yes, indeed. Good. Red.
Green things for 5, please.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, because this plant contains plenty of vitamin A and vitamin C. Parsley is more than just a pretty what? Glenarden Woods.
Flower.
Not flower. Parsley is more than just a pretty what because it contains vitamin A and C.
Herb.
Judges? Yes, we will give that to you. Or more than just a pretty leaf. Yes, go. Green.
Science potpourri for 25, please.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, the letter that Francis Crick wrote to his son back in 1962 saying, "I have discovered the secret of life," was recently sold for $6 million. Francis Crick won the Nobel Prize in 1962 for discovering this. Joseph. Yes, sir. No idea. University Park. 62's Nobel Prize to Francis Crick was for his discovery of what?
DNA.
DNA. Yes, good. Go. Green.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, what organ was famously described by President Obama as 3 pounds of tissue between your ears? University Park.
The brain.
Your brain. Yes, indeed. Where next, sir?
Science potpourri for 5, please.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, the mouthless worms that feed on dead whale bones by excreting acid through their skin are described by what adjective that means the living dead? University Park.
Zombie.
Zombie worms, yes. Dateline for 5 points. Last question of the game. They're back. After being underground for 17 years, University Park.
Cicadas.
The cicadas are back. Our game is over. We will be back in just a moment to crown our champion.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet, rich in fruits, vegetables and whole grains, can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
Welcome back, everyone. Everyone's trying to settle down just a bit. This score went back and forth the whole time, just as we expected from schools of this caliber. This is like the Celebrity Science Bowl here today because these schools are celebrities. They've won so many times. This year, it is Glenarden's turn. Congratulations with 250 points. Chris and Joseph and Chittima and Sam and Max and Miss Emerson and Miss Stewart, congratulations. You are the 2012-2013 Science Bowl champs. And yes, they're starting to smile. It's starting to sink in. And the past and future champs are sitting over here. University Park, Nina and Surya and Emma, you played a magnificent game. I want to see some smiles from you guys over there, even though you might be forcing them right now. And all of our alternates back there, Elise and Rory and Brianna and James. Mr. Fabero and Ms. Schickner, their wonderful principal. This is just a temporary pause in your rise to greatness over there. We're going to see you guys next year, and I hope to see you next year as well. Thanks for joining us on Science Bowl. Bye-bye, everybody.